Hello, I am Max Delgado, the Director of English Learning Solution. A solution to speak in English at last. You have tried many ways, old schools, old methodology, and you have come to this point. You cannot speak very well. Or probably you do, but you need to reinforce your fluency. You want to understand and speak in real time, right? So, and to do that, it is very simple. Okay, here at English Learning Solution, we teach you and you learn. And you learn how to speak forever. Okay, all these teachings will never be forgotten. All right, so you will know this for good. And you need a change. And this is a natural approach. How do you do this? How can you do this? How can you accomplish this? By listening. So the most important tool is your ears, not your eyes. So you learn with your ears, through listenings. You listen one, twice, over and over again, many, many times. Very simple stories, very simple listenings. Okay, this is what we do here. Okay, and the difference with the old method is that you use textbooks. You study grammar rules, and that prompts your mind to think before speaking. It's like you use mechanisms that are a disease for your mind when it comes to speaking. So you don't want to do this anymore. So that's why what we offer here is a natural approach. Okay, is listening to English, listening, and then repeat the stories, answer very simple questions once, twice, 3 times, and you gain fluency, the most important factor at speaking. So no textbooks, no grammar, okay, understandable, repetitive stories. So narrow listenings. This is what you have to do. Narrow listening is that you stick to simple stories, the very same story that you read, you listen once and over again, and then you move on to more complex stuff. Okay, to more complex stuff like more complex stories. So if you are at a basic level, you start by John is a doctor. I am a teacher. She's a receptionist. She works. I teach English. Okay, and then we stick to the very simple story. Okay, understandable story, coherent story that you can follow and you get the attention. You get another very important factor, which is motivation. Okay, this motivation is what is going to move you to want to learn more, and you'll learn, as the time goes by. Okay, so it doesn't mean that you don't use grammar books, but we just use them, right? We don't stick to them. So we listen, you listen and listen again, and then you record these listenings. We make you record these listenings, and you use simple technology that everybody knows nowadays, which is the iPod, the MP3. You take it home, you listen once, twice, probably 30 minutes a day. In 10 days, you will have seized all these teachings, and you will have learned all this, right? Simply, automatically. You will speak simply and automatically. This is what we do. Por eso les explico ahora en español. La clave para hablar inglés es escuchar, no mirar. Mirar, referirse a libros de gramática, va a provocar eso, va a provocar que la mente se precondicione a tratar de pensar. So your mind is going to try to think before speaking, to translate, all right? And then in the end, motivation goes down, and the whole process fails. And this is not what you want to do. El proceso falla. Por eso nosotros ofrecemos clases en nuestras aulas, y también para los que no puedan llegar, for those who cannot make it here, courses on the internet and courses through the email. Weekly courses, weekly installments, all right, that you can sign up for at a very low price. So with all these teachings, you're going to have, of course, a file with all these vocabulary, okay? And then we move on to more complex stuff. For example, movies. Movies are a very important tool, but you have to know how to use the movies to learn English. You don't want to start by, you know, like to watch a whole movie at the beginning. You start by 2 minutes of passages, you know, like this, and then you move on to more complex stuff. You use the subtitles in your own language, and then the subtitles in English with an explanation, you know, by your teacher, and then in the end you will have learned perfectly all these words. A word never is to be is never to be learned isolated. It should come with a phrase. Una palabra siempre tiene que venir con una frase, tiene que venir de un contexto en el cual la persona lo interpreta, lo sigue, lo asimila, está interesada en ese contexto, despierta sus ganas de seguir la historia. Muy simple al principio y después se va complicando a medida que va la gramática y el vocabulario ascendiendo en su haber de conocimientos. Esto es lo que ofrecemos en English Solution, con cursos en nuestras aulas, en internet y por cursos por email, en los cuales le mandamos, pueden bajar de un sitio los videos y luego también al mismo tiempo los files con las explicaciones y el vocabulario. Obviamente va a haber una explicación de estas clases y así sucesivamente, semana tras semana, se va a lograr algo mucho más productivo que el método anterior. Por eso los invito, entren a nuestro sitio, okay? You won't regret. You will learn fast, not as before. Don't forget, English Learning Solution, your solution to speak English. Bye bye. See you next week.